respectfully. What the fuck is going on? Our defense has played so terrible. And now trust me, when I say this, our offense is not the problem. So Mike Evans coming back after the bye week is not going to help us. If our defense cannot get off the field in third down situations, not going to help. I love Mike Evans just as much as the next guy. I've loved him since we got him out of A&M. He is not going to solve all of our problems if our defense cannot get off the field on third down. Plain and simple. Seen it for weeks. We can date back all the way to that first Atlanta matchup where we lost in overtime, when we let Kirk Cousins throw for 509 yards. With the way that our defense played, he should have. The next week after that, right, we played the Saints, who were honestly a terrible team, right? But even at the end of the first half, we let them take the lead. Now, granted, our defense played better in the second half, right? More impressive. But at this point, I don't know if that was really our defense or if New Orleans was just falling apart. Week after that, we play Baltimore. Baltimore goes up super big, right? We end up losing Mike Evans super early, and then we lost Chris Godwin late in that game. But Baltimore goes up super early. The defense puts us back in the offense puts us back in the game. We lose by one possession. Week after that, we play Atlanta again. Super tight game. Our offense keeps us in that game because our offense consistently scores, but our defense lets our opponent just throw the ball all over us. Week after that, we play Kansas City. Offense in the game, good. We're scoring. We're keeping up with Kansas City, right? There was some stuff that went down that, wasn't, that definitely hindered us from winning, but we stayed in the game. Tied the game going to overtime. Defense lets Kareem Hunt basically run down the field, and then they score. And now, Sunday's matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. Like, what part of Mike Evans coming back is going to help when on the game-tying drive, on a 4th and 7, you have Baker Mayfield avoiding sack after sack to stay alive, putting Nick Bosa, one of the best edge rushers in the league, on a stiff arm until he finds a guy, Rachaad White, to get the first down and march down the field. Yes, we had help because of San Francisco penalties, but we marched down the field, end up with the game-tying score with 41 seconds left. 41 seconds. We kick the ball off San Francisco. Three plays later, they're in field goal range. Kick to win the game. Like, are you kidding me? You're joking. Like, this is a joke, right? This is a joke to me, to all Bucs fans. This is a joke, right? Every game that we have lost this year, other than the Broncos game, has been a one-possession game. And why do you think that is? Because guess what? We had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin against that first Atlanta matchup. We still lost in overtime. Our offense is not the problem. You want us to soundly win games with our offense? Get them back on the field. That means defense comes off the field and holds a third down and forces the other team to punt. If I had to take a wild guess, right? I'm no analytics guy. If I had to take just a wild guess, when teams that we have been playing against are in a 3rd and long situation and they throw for it, they are gaining at least 15 to 20 yards on third down. At the very least. We're going to go over some film, and I can tell you there's things in here that there was, I think, a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 11, and they end up getting 12 yards. There's a 3rd and 8. They end up getting like 15 to 17 yards. Like, that doesn't help. If you want to soundly win games, your defense cannot be on the field for 12, 13 play drives throughout the whole game. It's a joke. It really is. It's a joke. And I don't know what fixes it, right? We have probably the worst secondary in the league. All right. I mean, this whatever play calling that they're doing for third down is not working, right? Because we're not playing the sticks. We're going to go into some film. Welcome everybody. That was my rant. Welcome everybody to this episode of One on One with BG. I am BG, your host, obviously a very avid Bucs fan, very passionate. We're going to go over the Week 10 matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, which was a crucial game that we needed if we wanted any chance for the playoffs. So even if we win out at this point, I don't think we make the playoffs. We needed this game going into our bye week. We're going to go ahead. We're going to break down some film. Again, we lost 23-20 on Sunday. So let's pull up the video, and we'll start getting into some film breakdown here. All right. Now, for those of you who have not joined me or have not seen these videos, I look down a lot because I'm looking at my tablet, which you can see the screen in the right-hand box here, or left-hand box, depending on how you're looking at the screen. But basically, we're just going to go over some film here, so let's go ahead and get started. So we start with a 1st and 10 for San Francisco, beginning of the game. A little sweep play, 12 yards. 3rd and 4 for Baker Mayfield, right? And this is one of those things where, like, K. Dotton has played really well for us. So we can see K. Dotton here, lined up on the edge. And all he's going to do is run out here and kind of just flash to the middle for Baker. And that's a great play, right? He makes himself, he gets into Baker's vision. And we can see here, right, wide open. Good catch. All right, 1st and 10. Play action, pump fake, sack. All right, nothing to criticize there. All right, play action. Christian McCaffrey. Stiff arms McCollum. And that was a 2nd and 5. They gained 7 yards. All right. Look at this stat right here. Rushing yards in the first half. 41-7. I said this a couple videos ago or last episode. Like, at one point in time, we were the #1 rushing defense in the NFL for multiple years straight. That has since dissipated. I don't know what happened. 2nd and 5. This is the first touchdown of the game. Right? Let's go over this. Let's go over this because so we're gonna be looking at the guy on the edge here. Right here. And so what all he does is kind of flash out and come across back to the middle here. And he's wide open, gets over the linebackers. Antoine Winfield tries to chase him down. Like, Antoine Winfield is the best part of our defense. Now, Ricky Parcell, I'm not sure how you say his last name. He had a lot of crap that went on during the offseason, right? So I commend him, right? I mean, if you don't know his story, go look up his story. He had a lot of stuff that went on during the offseason, right? So this is his first career touchdown. Listen, I commend him for being able to play the game and coming back from what happened. I mean, if you put a linebacker on a receiver, I mean, that's bad news all day. Jake Moody, who was, I think, 3 of 5, I think, for the day, kicks a field goal, put 10-0. We go down, kick a field goal, put us within 10-3. Then we end up punting, stalling out. So this is after halftime. But this is a muff punt, right? So hopefully this turns the game around, right? Special teams did a good job here. Tampa Bay gets the ball. Okay, 1st and goal. This goes to Rachaad White. Just a little cut out of the backfield. Yep. You see here, he comes out, flashes to the middle, has some blockers in front of him. Right, this is great offense. They stall out. Jake Moody puts him up 13-10. 1st and 10, we go down. And then Bucky Irving, great blocking for him. We go up 17-13. Fantastic. I mean, like I said, our offensive play was great. We had a couple drives where they stalled out, they kicked field goals. You know, that's not the issue. The issue is when the game is on the line. These are when, for some reason, our team, you know, our defense likes to just break. 50-yarder missed. All right, we get lucky there, but then they march right back down the field. And then this is a corner touchdown to George Kittle. Look at how much time he just has in the pocket. He finally gets out and finds George Kittle over Hayes at the quarter of the end zone for a little toe tap touchdown. This is one thing I never understood. All right, so Jake Moody, another missed field goal. Right, again, we get lucky with 3 minutes left. That was 4th and 7. They turn it over on downs. This right here. When this happens right here, Nick Bosa comes in right here, shoots in. Look at this. Baker Mayfield has him on a stiff arm. Finds Rachaad White, first down. Right, we're in our 2-minute offense here. 1st and 10. Gets in again. Looks like a face mask. Horse collar. Completion. Here we go. 1st and 10. All right, we lose yardage here. Gang tackle. Nick Bosa. Less than a minute. 3rd and goal. Looking. Can't find anybody. Try to punch it in. Nothing. Can't hold on to the ball. So we kick the tying field goal. 41 seconds left. 41 seconds. They're not even going to show it. And on that drive down, there were some 3rd down situations where 44, kick is good. There are situations throughout this game where I think it was early in the game, maybe late in the game, Greg Jennings had multiple catches for, on 3rd downs especially, where it would be like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, but he would end up getting 12, 15 yards off of it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for these kind of struggles. I mean, obviously they show the best clips of everything, but what they don't show is those horrendous 3rd downs that we get ourselves into and that we give up on defense. If we want anything to be fixed, it's got to be our defense. We need to tighten up on 3rd down because teams are just having their way in 3rd down situations. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay was the worst 3rd down defense in the league. I wouldn't be surprised by it. These crucial 3rd down situations, especially with the game on the line, like those are the absolute worst. Like I said, after we go down, we march, we tie the game, we leave 41 seconds left, and they drove the field. Now, mind you, I understand they kicked that field goal with like 3 or 4 seconds left, but mind you, they let the clock run down from about 20 seconds before calling a timeout. So they drove the field in 20 seconds to get down. I mean, 20 seconds of a game clock. I mean, there was time of, them running out of bounds, but like we're giving up these plays down the field. We're playing some soft cover. Like nothing should be getting over the top of you. And like I said, Antoine Winfield has been the best part of our secondary, right? Levante David can only do so much as a linebacker. He's getting up there in age. He's been playing for, 13 years. And even with our offensive injuries, with Mike Evans out, Chris Godwin out, Tristan Wirfs goes out early in this game, right? We're still able to keep ourselves in the game. So that tells me that it's not the offense. Our defense is atrocious. We can't get pressure, and when we do, it's maybe once, twice a game, but we can't get consistent pressure. And the only time we usually can get pressure is if we're rushing 6-7 guys in the box, which at that point, when we do rush, maybe 30% of the time are we actually getting pressure on the quarterback. Because when we send that many people, for some reason, we can't cover downfield. So next week, we have a bye week. Again, this was a crucial game that we needed, but we didn't get it. This is a crucial game that we needed for postseason odds. Definitely didn't help us. I mean, we were only like a 30% chance, 37% chance to make the playoffs. I think losing this game probably dropped us down to like 15%. Like that's how crucial this game was. And especially on the same week that Atlanta lost to New Orleans. So going forward, we have the bye week next week. We come out of the bye week to play the Giants. Should be a win. I'm not putting anything past Tampa now. Should be a win, right? So we have the Giants. We still have yet to play the Panthers twice. We played the Saints one more time. And then I believe we play the Cowboys as well. And then we also play the Raiders and the Chargers in that back end stretch. I'm not putting anything past Tampa Bay. We still need to win out. If Atlanta continues to lose, because Atlanta still has the tougher part of their schedule coming up, if we can win this back end and Atlanta loses, and drops a few games, I mean, If we want a chance at winning the NFC South, then we need to absolutely have a better record. Like, we can't have a tying record against Atlanta because they have the tiebreaker because they swept us. So if we want any absolute chance, right, there's scenarios that need to happen. There's a lot of scenarios that need to happen. Philadelphia has been playing better because they just blew out Dallas, right? They won last week, so they're kind of on a little hot winning streak. The Rams playing Monday night, they've been on a 3-game win streak, so who knows with them. There's a lot that needs to happen. And these games that we're losing, all of these one-possession games that we have lost, hurts a lot. Bucs fans, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you watching this video. Again, this is One-on-One with BG. I'm the host, BG. Enjoy the bye week. Get some rest. Relieve some stress from watching all of these losses. Hopefully we come out of the bye week stronger and better. Make sure if you like these episodes and these videos, make sure to tune in every week for a new episode of One-on-One with BG where I break down. Obviously there won't be one next week because no game, but join me after the Giants game. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. Make sure you like, comment, follow, subscribe, do all the things for these episodes, and be on the lookout for more KFR Sportscast episodes and pick videos as we come up to the weeks. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm BG. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.